Good morning and welcome back to Poshcats Camping. We've arrived at our next campsite, which is Holbaek Fjord, get that right, and it's in Denmark. We arrived yesterday, and as soon after we arrived there was a quite heavy shower, and we were parked on a pitch just down the hill a little way, which was quite wet. We had a little bit of a job getting level, but we did in the end, and we stayed down there for the night. Well, this morning I got up, and last night it was really quite squelchy down there, so I've been to the office this morning and they've very kindly relocated us on a pitch towards the top of the hill. So we've both come up here. Bob and Jenny are just next door behind me there, and we're on this pitch here. I'll show you in just a second. So really good service, gentleman was quite fine about it. And we've got a fully serviced pitch. The only thing is, of course, all of these pitches here on this campsite, with a few exceptions, all are on grass. And the climate here in Denmark is very much like the UK, so in mid-September you expect it to be a little bit damp, let's say. So anyway, we're near a nice hedge. We're in a little paddock here, which is really quite cosy, and I'll swing the camera around, and then I'll show you where we went last night down at the marina, just a short walk along a little footpath. So here we are. Sue's getting the chairs out now. A little hazy sunshine. I've been in my t-shirt. It's been quite a warm start to the day, but the wind's a little bit cool. I notice Bob's just put his coat on. So but we're up here, slightly on the ridge, a bit higher up than where we were on the previous pitch. We're very happy with this. We've just come down this little path here to the fjord from the campsite, and it's what I think they call the golden hour, and we're catching some of these beautiful reflections. And of course, look at all these beautiful swans on the water. Amazing. Well, we stumbled across some motorhome parking, and luckily for us it's in English at the bottom here, and looks like you can have an overnight stay. We think the hookups might be on the post just to the left here. And how many are there, Bob? 2, 4, 6, 8, there's about 10 spaces, I think.
10 spaces, all empty.
Nobody here. And look at the setting.
Fantastic.
With the fjords all around you, and this side is the marina. It's beautiful, isn't it? Well, we've come back down to the marina where we were last night. We were just over there at the end of the stave, the other side of these boats, taking shots of the sunset over here, and beautiful. The footpath here takes us along to a larger harbour, I think, on the fjord. There's a cafe and a bistro, we think, down here somewhere. So we're going to go on a nice leisurely walk today to the main town. I've just been in here for lunch and they allowed us to take the dogs. I don't think they normally allow dogs, but they allowed us with the dogs. We must have looked desperate for a cup of tea. Anyway, we're going to head up to the main town area now. Along here, we're just walking away from the fjord now, up into the town area. So if we can catch a bus back. We've done about 6,000 steps to get here, so we think we're going to take an easy ride. 2.7 miles, Sue?
2.79 miles.
Ah, well. 2.8 miles to that nice cafe on the waterfront here. It's very quiet today, but I imagine it's quite nice. So we found our first Danish town of Holbaek. Nice cobble streets, little shops with canopies outside. Very pretty. Well, we've just been shopping in Rima 1000. Yeah, like that. Huge car park. And although it looks like it's a little bit like an abandoned supermarket, it's really well stocked and quite busy in there. So clearly the locals use it. So we're going to get on the road now. It's a beautiful day and we're heading south in Denmark on the Isle of Zealand.
We're going to a castle.
And we're going to a castle now. This is a bit of a mystery tour for me because Sue's organised this with Jenny. And be an exciting day. So let's get on the road. Let's come on.
They're waiting.
You're keen, aren't you? Well, we've pulled up in the car park at this castle, and the entrance has moved. I've moved the entrance down the road a little bit while some construction work goes on here. And also says that there's Christmas markets in November, which sounds lovely. But we're parked up, just having a bit of lunch before we go in. And while we're doing that, I thought I might mention that we've actually been quite impressed by the prices here in Denmark. We thought maybe it might be a little expensive here, but we've been shopping in the supermarkets, we've been into cafes, and so generally speaking, prices compare with the UK. There are a few things, like we tried to buy some ham. We thought that was a little bit expensive, but general shopping seems to be round about on par with what you'd expect in an English supermarket. So I'm quite pleased about that. And also, as I said, the beer and so on, if you go out and buy beer or refreshments, it seems to be on par with what we spend in the UK. We came across with just £100 worth of krona in cash, and that's been enough for us for this week. Most things you can pay for by card, and we use, as you probably remember me telling you, we have a Barclaycard rewards card, which does all the transfers and everything at no cost, so you don't have any transaction cost with the change in currency, which is really good. Just lands on your card and you pay it off at the end of the month. So that's really helpful, and that we haven't had any problems with that on this trip at all. Yeah, Sue's managed to get a bargain with a little dress for £11.50 we worked out, which is lovely. I mean, little treats, they're great, aren't they? The other thing I was going to mention about campsites here in Denmark, what you pay is what you pay. So we paid online before we arrived, and there was no more to pay. In Germany, France and other countries, Spain, Belgium and so on, they have a local tourist tax that you pay on arrival, and also you pay separately for your dogs. There was none of that here. It was all inclusive. So when on the face of it you think, oh, the campsites are a little more expensive, actually when you look at it pound for pound, they're slightly cheaper because of the additional cost when you arrive to the campsites in other countries. Interesting. And again, we're very happy with that. People in Denmark are very friendly, very welcoming and warm. We had no problem with language. We're of course apologetic, and Sue just said in the back that I talked to the bus driver yesterday. Very helpful. There was a number 502 which would have brought us closer to the campsite, but he said if you jump on this one you just have to walk down the hill, which is what we did, and that made things simple. The bus fare was around about £2.40 each. Roughly speaking, I didn't work it out to the penny, but and that was for a journey which was about, what, 3 miles, Sue? Yeah, about 3 miles. So yeah, all in all, good value for money in Denmark. The roads are very clear. There's no problems with traffic and things like that. It was very quiet. We've just been driving through a few villages, as you might have seen, and you can tootle along without too much trouble at all, as long as you drive on the right, of course. So let's go and have a look at this lovely castle and show you around. This is the orangery, and there's a cafe in there and some of the paraphernalia. We had to come from the gate into the orangery to pay by card, because they've got a temporary entrance at the moment.
I like these.
But the grounds are just beautiful. And here's the main castle building.
Have your music on? Can't hear it that much.
I think this might be a big barn. very dark. Oh, it looks like it's a big hall for entertaining. Quite an echo. Impressive ceiling. It's very grand and so well looked after. Which going across, heading towards the main property, which we're not allowed in, but we can go in the stables on the left where there's lots more information. That's okay.
I said, don't worry, I'll look at the pictures.
So friendly, the people really are. But we're in the stables now, and this is, you can imagine how many horses were in here. Good half a dozen, I would think. And there's more down this end. Yeah. Little penned off areas. No horses present at the moment, but very grand doors. The doors have been kicked by the horses. Yeah. We're so lucky to have another sunny day here in Denmark. There's a bridge across to a little island, and we're in the behind the big house now, or the castle, in the lower gardens. I think translated that's the fisherman's house. Let's go and have a look. And behind the fallen tree there's another property or building. (1856).
Oh, look, on the seagull.
Well, by hook or by crook, we've taken a bus and we've taken a tram. Somehow we've made it into Bremen.